Now I have two GPX750Rs in my collection. I've used one extensively as a track bike. This one I made from the best parts of two bikes and did the total restoration on it, the paintwork and everything. And all of that is out on the channel. But today, we don't want to restore anything. We just want to get out on the open road, and you could join us in full 4K. Just adjust your device. Today is promising to be an absolutely beautiful, beautiful end of summer day. Maybe it's even the beginning of fall day. I don't know. We're going to see when we get out on the open road. But it's time to make some music with that MUZZY muffler, something I look forward to every time I ride this bike. Now, when I restored this bike, and it was a total right down to the last bolt restoration, I dedicated it to my late friend, good friend, Larry THRU. And every time I get on or off the bike, I see that little memory of Larry. Larry, rest in peace. He was a great friend. And to be honest, you know, I miss him more than you can imagine. And so I know so does Luciano. Anyway, we got to get ready here. Getting this bike ready, the normal things, the pre-flight, to wipe down the bugs, to clean it up, to check the tires, check the chain, just the ordinary, make sure everything's okay. It's not a new motorcycle. And if the fish aren't fed, there's some protesting going on. I don't want to have one of these protests in my yard when I get back from a ride. Anyway, they are hungry every morning just like I am. And of course, the big thing this time of year, Karen checks the weather. She gives me the latest update as soon as I finish all the stuff that's needed to be done to get the bike ready. And she's been busy cooking all the time I'm away. Sometime when I get back, she's got 3 or 4 things done. Sometime before I get done with the pre-flight, she's got something else cooked. So using the tomatoes from our garden, Karen is making pico de gallo. While I'm out riding, she's making pico de gallo from our garden, When I get back, we'll have pico de gallo. And as we do most mornings, we cut some nice fresh flowers right from the garden for the bride. That's a really nice way to start off the day. Fresh flowers and pico de gallo. And that is what homemade pico de gallo is. I'll be thinking about all during the ride. Chips and pico de gallo. Now, leaving my driveway every day can be an adventure this time of year, and you can see what happens. What is somebody walking a dog or whatever? It's an adventure. There's a lot of things about this motorcycle to like. It feels light. It's light on its feet. The seat is very low. You can get both of your heels on the ground when you pull up to a stoplight. But there's one thing that unquestionably is the most fun about the bike. That MUZZY muffler. And I've had 5 or 6 different mufflers on the bike, including a track day muffler that was like having no muffler at all. That muffler is beautiful going through little populated areas. But boy, when you pop the throttle wide open, it just changes instantly. That is great music to my ears. And one thing that's held up really well, the Camaro, that's standard green Camaro paint and standard Yamaha blue paint. So that's kind of easy stuff, standard, and easy to get touch-up paint if you need it. And when I laid out the paint job for this, I copied my 1991 Cardinal, the paint job on that, which Steve Busso, everybody will remember Steve, affectionately named the plane the Toxic Avenger. And Believe it or not, the motorcycle looks like that plane. I wish I still had the plane somewhere I could make. I don't have it. I think Midgley has it. But anyway, that'd make a great picture. The two toxic Avengers. Now, part of every ride, I try to get into these really twisty back roads, and I really do enjoy this. And checking out the scenery, there's so many of them up here to explore. Some of them have these ridiculous hairpins in them, and when the fall comes and the leaves and stones are out on the road, it can be a little challenging. Today the roads went relatively clean anyway, and we're not into that part of the year where everything gets slippery and slidey. But this is always one of the more enjoyable parts of any time I ride the back roads. One of the things, this bike is an 89, by the way. One of the things I've never found a solution for is they don't make a quick shifter for this bike. It's got a unique shift linkage. I don't know that anybody aftermarket people make it, but obviously Kawasaki doesn't make it. And to be honest, going through the gears with that MUZZY muffler, that is just, it's hard to describe to somebody that has never done that. It wakes you up in the morning, keeps you awake for lunch, and it puts you to sleep at night. It's really music to my ears. Now the bike has 1-inch risers that I made, and to raise the bars up just a bit, I relocated the mirrors among other things when I did the restoration. And the seat is super comfortable, and I made my own tail tidy and my own tail section for the seat. Coming up on 40,000 miles. This bike has 40,000 miles, and it has been nothing but bulletproof. Kawasaki is really good at making some bulletproof engines. Now, if you're a long-time subscriber and you followed through on all of the restoration of the motorcycle years and years ago, that's all out on my channel. You can search it all, but you remember I did extensive body work. The body work on this bike has so many carbon fiber repairs, you can't even count them. And it's just countless how many things I had to fix and repair. And the tank had dents in it that were, oh geez, I just can't even remember how much Bondo went onto the tank. But so far it's all held up pretty good, and I'm really surprised that it has. I have a whole nother set of bodywork for the bike that I haven't restored yet, and I don't want to restore it until this one deteriorates, and then maybe I'll make a set of red bodywork and make an evil twin out of it. But making that tail section without the tail light was really a big job. Now, every time I sit and pose a picture or shoot some video, I think of how much work I put into this bodywork. It was really in rough shape when I got the bike. It's a long story, too long for a video now. Maybe I'll make a dedicated video of the adventure Luciano and I went on to get this motorcycle. For several years, it was in like a container that belongs on a container ship with a hole in the roof, and it was just a disaster. But we managed to bring it back for second life. And there's always somebody, whether we're at a meetup or they watch one of the videos, that says, hey, is that a flip headlight like an old Corvette or a Camaro where that thing goes up? Nope. It's got lights down inside the fairing, guys. I have a spare bike and a spare set of wheels, I have a set of green wheels for this bike, have a set of black wheels, and I can change them out. I can change the tires on the rims and then just swap the wheels in a matter of about an hour. And when these were brand new, and people used to have them brand new within my circle of friends and guys I rode with, I was envious. I didn't have a lot of extra spending money at that time, but I swore someday I'd have one. And as it wound up here at 79, I have two. Now, I know many of my friends that have motorcycle collections that suit their needs, and almost always some of the bikes, sometimes all of them, are bikes you wanted to have along the way, and I have one bike from every 10-year period in my collection. Like if you wrote the story of my life, you could just, every 10-year period, make a new chapter, a new bike, and I managed to fill in all the gaps. And as this, looking back at it, I go out to my garage and there literally is one bike from every 10-year period I've been involved in motorcycling, about 60, almost 70 years. Anyway, almost. Time to get back to the cooking and back to the farm. See this baby bird? Look at this, check this out. He is living in my driveway. He can't fly. I don't know if he's hurt or what. I tried to catch him the other night. I couldn't catch him. He's living in my driveway. You don't notice he isn't running away. Hey, yeah, you run away. You see he's hurt. Anyway, I pull in the driveway as I'm coming back from this ride. I almost ran him over. I almost fell off the bike. Oh, don't want to do that. What's cooking, baby? And that's the eggplant parm from our... Wow, you've been cooking up a storm today. Holy mackerel.
The eggplant is from the garden.
All right. Looks good for tonight. Hey, you know, I got to put the bike away. Let me go out and put the bike away. So I almost run over this baby bird coming into the yard. The eggplant is in the oven. All I got to do is clean the bike up and put it away. Well, once again, every ride we have on this bike has been fun. And every time I'm out on this bike, it reminds me of this period of time when these bikes were the hot setup, and it was a great time. And I'm so lucky to have this. I actually have two in my collection. So I got to be real careful not to run baby birds over. I got to be real careful. Well, Karen's cooking up. I can't believe how much she cooks more than I ride. Put the bike away and go sit on a porch and have coffee. And again, hope you enjoyed sharing this ride with us. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit the like button if you did, and thank you so much for watching.